All right, wrestling fans, welcome to Scoop on the Slams. He's Danny, I'm John. We had not one, not two, but three character turns. Two heel turns and a face turn.
Four. Potentially four.
Potentially four. We will get into that. But as far as what happened during the week, as we always do, we like to recap every show: Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, NXT, Impact. Just kidding, we don't recap Impact. But
I'm going to throw in one little thing from Impact, though.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Oh, man, I didn't mean the pun. The little AJ Styles that they teased. That it was...
I didn't see that. You'll have to explain.
Well, they teased, like, AJ Styles all night with the Good Brothers, because the Good Brothers are there.
Oh.
And then Hornswoggle showed up dressed as AJ Styles.
I did see that. I did see that.
And I didn't mean to say that it was like a little thing from Impact, but...
I know what you meant.
I already did it.
Too late. If we get canceled, we get canceled, whatever. But anyway, besides that, let's start with Raw. Number one contender tournament. I like it. I think the correct guys won. They were
real
excellent matches, in my opinion. I did not want to see, as much as I like Randy Orton, as much as I think he's a future Hall of Famer, I don't want to see him anywhere near the title picture. I think the right guy won between him and AJ. And then
absolutely. Plus, he's gonna get a whole thing with the Fiend. That's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be cool. We'll get into that as well. But also, to my slight surprise, to my pleasant surprise, Riddle, and Keith Lee, who will eventually just be Lee, I guess.
It'll just be Keith.
You'll just be Keith? All right, whatever. But they both won in their matches, which made me very happy and helped me to see that Vince does see them as the future, hopefully.
Yeah, there's value in them.
Yeah.
I hope he sees that. He has to see that.
I think he does. I think because he came out and said that he was very impressed with both those guys after Survivor Series last year.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Survivor Series last year is partly the main reason that those two are on the main roster.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm usually not one for triple threat matches, especially if the title's on the line. But if it's for the number one contender spot, I don't mind it as much. And also, they're doing it in a way where I don't know who's going to win.
I think there's a clear winner.
You think?
Yeah, I think it's AJ Styles. He's the only person contrasting enough to Drew McIntyre to make it work.
I think it could be Keith Lee.
Okay. We just agree that it's not Riddle. Okay.
It's likely not going to be Riddle, but they are giving Riddle a lot of TV time. I like the pizza pudding thing that he did with MVP, that he tried to pitch that idea.
Oh my God. And I think he endeared himself to a lot of people. And it was just a noise that he made. That was it. That's all he needed to do. MVP was like, first of all, I'm not your bro. And he just goes, oh. And I was like, that is adorable.
Yes. Yeah, so I think Riddle, if he doesn't get the title shot, I don't think he will, but he's getting a lot of face time on TV. And, he's going to get pushed up the card, if not now, later. Vince obviously likes him, so that's good. But It's going to be between Styles and Lee. I think it could be Lee, but if you're going with the tried and true veteran who is going to give you a great feud and is already...
And a great match, because that would be a hell of a match, too.
AJ and Drew? Yeah. No, you're right. It would be.
Yeah. I think of the three, I think would be the best option, the best match.
Probably. As much as I love Keith Lee, though, I would love to see that. But maybe save it for WrestleMania. Let's see how hot Keith Lee is a few months from now. I see a possible turn within the New Day, by the way. We talked about it before. The New Day won their match barely against the Hurt Business. I see some cracks in the foundation there now that Big E's not there.
Mm-hmm.
You see them like kind of arguing between the two of them, like whether or not they should fight that night. Kofi was like, "Oh, it's our night off," and then they fight anyway. So you see like the beginnings of maybe them not
Yeah,
being.
they're planting seeds.
Yeah, it shows them not maybe not being on the same page. So they could turn on each other. I don't know.
Yes, because that's what WWE needs to do: blow up another team. But whatever.
Whatever. But we'll see what
If
happens
one of
there.
them, if one of them joins the Hurt Business, then I'm all for it.
Who would you rather see join the Hurt Business, Kofi or Xavier?
Good question. Good question. Xavier.
I think so too.
I think he looks
Xavier
better in a suit.
better in a suit, and I think he would make a better heel. To be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
Kofi's.
He's been a good guy for way too long. I just wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But I think they're going to slow play that though. Remember, they have their New Day podcast, which is very successful. They have Up Up Down Down. So
And all three of them are featured in Gears of War.
yeah, so if they do it, they can't do it anytime soon. It's got to be like maybe post Mania.
Could be. Could
Yeah.
be like the final blow up, them blowing up on each other is at Mania.
Right.
Could be.
Yeah. And how about this? Lana, for the first time in like 10 weeks, finally looks smart and got one up on Nia.
I know.
What did you think about that?
It's good, and I'm right. I think it's leading to a tables match, right? At TLC. That's the way it's looking.
That's what it's looking like, yeah. Yeah, I guess, after 8 times of being put through a table, you finally fight her off and and do something about it.
Yeah, she didn't get ragdolled, which was, welcomed.
Yeah, she didn't get ragdolled. She came and saved Asuka, so that was cool. Yeah, it was nice to finally see her get her comeuppance, kind of.
I don't know if they'll do this, but Asuka should drop the women's title to someone,
Mm-hmm.
and those two should be in a tag team and go after the tag team championships.
I agree. Even though they've had very little time together, I can see they got a little bit of chemistry, Lana and Asuka.
I just want the belts off of Nia and Shayna Baszler and for them to actually have a fight.
That would be cool. Because I don't want to see Shayna as part of the team. Like,
yeah, she should be chasing the women's championship.
I agree. After she just demolished all 5 people in the Elimination Chamber last year, and it led to nothing.
Yeah, and she demolished everyone in NXT. Let it happen.
Yes, let it happen.
Let it happen.
Yeah, it's
the only one that could legitimately hurt everyone there. Well, Nia Jax has literally hurt everyone there, but whatever, you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean. It's got to be Shayna. They got to undo what they did last year at Mania. I don't think having Becky beat her was the right move at all. I hated that.
No.
So, and then finally, they plant the seed of Fiend versus Orton moving forward. You said that that's going to be an awesome feud. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of on the fence about that one. I like to see the Fiend against people that are more controversial, so he can like address that in his promos and in the Firefly Funhouse, like he did with Cena. But I guess there's stuff you can do with Randy Orton there.
They had that. They had the fight at the Wyatt compound.
Yeah. No, but I mean like more shoot stuff. Like maybe he can address like his multiple suspensions and the fact that he did not get along with anybody when he was younger in the locker room. So.
And then he was basically handed a spot on the thing by Triple H. And
yeah, they can address all that. Which is why, going a little off topic, I think The Fiend should eventually retire Triple H in a Firefly Funhouse match. Can you imagine what they can do? All the times Triple H has buried young talent.
I was like, why would you do that? Why would you give me hope?
I think it's going to happen eventually. I mean, you could
love for that to happen. Yeah. I would lose my mind.
Yeah, I would love that.
And like they bring in every member from DX that's ever been, and he just annihilates all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love that. So Fiend versus Randy Orton. Yeah, that could be a good feud. I don't know. Do you think it would eventually culminate at Mania? Do you think they're going to go that long with it, or it's just
No,
going to be a short one?
I don't. I hope not. That's too long. That's almost half a year. I don't agree.
Okay, we'll see what happens. Now we move on to Wednesday, my favorite night of the week, the Wednesday Night War. Uh, I thought this match, I thought was the match of the week overall. The Pete Dunne versus Kyle O'Reilly ladder match was fantastic. There's no way those two guys can put on a bad match, especially when weapons are involved. And
They absolutely hurt each other. They hurt each other.
yeah, yeah, I think they just had an agreement in Gorilla before walking out there. We're going to inflict a lot of pain on each other, right? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Pete Dunne is another guy, just like Eddie Kingston, that I don't think he realizes it's a work.
I would agree with that, and I love watching anything that he does.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I would love to see him with a title again, just to see him hold it in his mouth and do the thing.
Absolutely. Yep.
It just looks cool.
Do the thing.
So
Well, you know what? I think you could potentially have that. You may have the prophecy happen to Pat McAfee's, you know, what are they calling themselves? The Kings of Wrestling or the Kings of NXT, whatever.
whatever, yeah.
You could have, I wouldn't buy Pat McAfee as champion
Hmm.
by any means, but it looks suspicious that Danny Burch and Oni Lorcan have belts, and then hit, he looks, his waist looks empty because it is.
It does. I would love to see Pete Dunne as champion. I would love to see that. And then maybe Pat McAfee. I could see him like,
North American Championship.
yeah, like finagling
Yeah.
his way into that title.
I mean, he could bum rush this kid that's got it.
That's a good way to get it to him. Have Leon Ruff keep the title, and then Pat McAfee beating him. That's believable.
It is believable. It's the only way. Because him beating Gargano or Damian Priest, not happening.
Not that Leon Ruff beating those guys is believable either, but hey, it works.
No, but that's the David versus Goliath thing.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, that segment with KO and Do You Want a Chair and him predicting who was going to come out, I thought was hilarious.
Oh yeah, it was comedic gold.
Comedic gold. It was, yeah. He needs to make a trip down to Orlando to NXT more often, which is coincidentally same city they film in anyways, but whatever, you know what I mean. He needs to, yeah, he needs to appear there more often. He's just gold. And yeah, so I thought
And doing commentary all night was great too. It was just,
yeah,
it was like a fuzzy blanket. I loved it.
mm-hmm. Fantastic. Way better than Wade Barrett, in my opinion.
It's not hard to do.
Not hard to do. I miss Nigel McGuinness. But anyway, anyway,
and Morrow, but I love that guy.
Yeah, we got to do. So the first of our three character turns came in the form of Toni Storm. I'll be surprised. I mean, I'll be honest. I was surprised by this one. I did not see her turning heel. First of all, I think heel looks good on her. I think she'll make a good one. And yeah, it caught me by surprise. I think those are the best turns, the ones that catch you kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, that one was very. I didn't see it coming until like right when it was going to happen.
Yeah, you get that little feeling like, oh.
It was like, no, she's chucking her back in there.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Like maybe 5 seconds before I saw it coming.
Yeah. I was like, as soon as like they started backing up, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be bad.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, Toni Storm came to make the save, what we thought was a save for Ember Moon, right?
Yeah, she came to look like help on Ember Moon, and then
And then she fed her to the wolves, chucked her back in the ring, and fed her to Dakota Kai, Candice LeRae, and Raquel Gonzalez.
yes, which makes a very strong heel stable. I like that heel stable, and I hope they stay together for a little bit.
That'd be cool. Even post takeover, you think?
I think so. Maybe just going into, make it last a few months. I think because eventually,
It does look like now Shotzi has absolutely nobody on her team, but it's looking like obviously Ember Moon's going to be there,
mhm,
and looks like Io Shirai is probably going to be there, and maybe Rhea Ripley.
I think that's your four baby faces. After she went on this whole thing, Rhea Ripley did about how much she respects Io, and then they brought her out, you know, her lifeless body and threw her on the steps in front of Rhea. I'm like, oh, there's your number four.
There's your four, yeah.
There's your fourth person, and I might be looking. I think I'm looking forward to that War Games match more than the other one, more than the men's one.
Yeah, there's a lot more story involved in the female one.
Yeah, which shows the main roster. Hey, you don't have to do this brand versus brand Survivor Series thing without any kind of a story. You can do it every year and have some kind of story weaved into it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, you can.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
we've got. I'm as much as I love. I was like, we got to talk about this. As much as I love Dexter Loomis, I need him to move on from Cameron Grimes.
I agree.
I hope that this strap match is the end of it, because I thought last week's blindfold match was the end of it. I was really hoping that was it, because that
No,
was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And nope, now we're gonna strap match. So
yeah. Now you can't end it on that blindfold match. That was too dumb. The
fair
strap match,
enough.
I think, will be the end of it, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, very looking forward very much to both War Games matches, but especially the women's one. And the reason why I want to keep that heel group together, I eventually want to see Shotzi Blackheart against Candice LeRae in a singles match later on, maybe for Takeover before the Rumble or before WrestleMania.
I
That's
hope that that whole match sets up whoever Io's next challenger is as well.
It probably will. Maybe Raquel Gonzalez. Maybe, I mean, it could be any one of those. Or it could, you know what? I could see Raquel Gonzalez going up against Rhea Ripley because she was the one that during that run-in, she was the one that could actually hang with her. So,
And they're actually, apart from the storyline, they're actually like best friends.
yeah, so they can work a great match together, and they're comparable strength-wise. That could be a good one.
Yeah, that's probably why they're best friends, because they probably hit the same
Same.
weight. Yeah, same workout routine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was NXT. Solid show. So far, so good in the week. Raw, I thought was a very good show. Go ahead.
One little thing from NXT. Later on in the show, we got Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae leaving the arena with Indy Hartwell
Yes.
in a neck brace,
Mhm.
and then there was another ghost face sitting next to her when they drove off.
Right.
So there's a fourth person in this the Gargano way, Gargano family thing,
Yeah.
and now I don't know who the hell it is.
Yeah. And you just reminded me of another thing. In the Pete Dunne Kyle O'Reilly match, there was the run-in from the masked guy.
That looked like Pat McAfee.
Yeah, but then I thought of it, like, why would he need to run in with a mask? Like,
The first time he ran in with a mask. It was a silver mask, and this one was a gold one. So,
but it's like, I guess, but like we already know he's with that faction. And I understand he wasn't there on the platform, so it's like, where is he? And then this guy runs in. I don't know. I think they're doing it to throw us off. I think there might be a fifth member, possibly.
maybe that would make their debut at War Games.
Yeah, because again, why would he need to wear a mask? Did he need it to sneak into the building? You know, he's already part of the show. Like, why is he even wearing one?
What if it's Tyler Bate?
Have him with Pete Dunne. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like it. So
That guy seemed a little bit too tall to be Tyler Bate, but I'll hold out hope.
yeah. So yeah, so far so good. Raw, great show. NXT, great show. And now Dynamite, another solid show. They've yet to have a bad episode of Dynamite, in my opinion. But
Yeah, they've had I don't think they've had a dud of a show.
not a dud for sure. We had the second of our 3 character turns. Lance Archer runs in at the end of the show. I did not see this one coming at all. Him turning.
The things I don't know what he. Yeah.
Well,
He made a save, but it just felt like they threw him on there to be on television. I don't know who he's actually there to help.
I think he's turning face, to be honest. I mean, as face as a Lance Archer with Jake the Snake beside him can be, because Jake the Snake is like the ultimate heel.
Exactly. I think he just wanted to show up and chuck somebody through the roof, but that's just me.
It got a hell of a crowd reaction from the crowd that was there, and I liked it.
It showed that people want to see him.
Yeah, it's time for them to really showcase him, I feel like.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Abaddon, I don't know how the hell you pronounce it, but that was cool. I know you like that. That was cool. She painted the women's title in blood, which indicates that I think she's interested in a title match with Hikaru Shida. I don't know. That's the vibe I got from her appearance.
Pretty sure that's what it means. And I follow her on Instagram, and she said the caption on that image was claimed. So I was like, cool. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
All of a sudden, I'm interested in the women's title again.
Yeah. All it took was Anna Jay and Abaddon.
It took us
more of that.
Let's be honest, it took us talking about it on this show. Obviously, one of the 38 views was Tony Khan, so he saw it.
He heard me say Abaddon, and he gave me what I wanted. So way to go.
Way to go, us. So
go us.
Yes. So that is going to be a cool. It seems like Abaddon is going to be the next champion. That's what it looks like.
Good. Fantastic.
Good. Great. So there's that. And how about that? This was, if I had to choose my favorite segment of the week, like my favorite promo, it was between the KO thing, the comedic thing with the chairs and all that, or I think it's a tie between that and Taz and Cody. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that got personal quick.
Yes, it did. And the best promos, I think, are the ones that you pause for a second. You're like, ooh, was he supposed to say that?
Yeah, and you're like, ooh, that sounded a little real.
Yeah, that was below the belt there. And the crowd reacted to it. I reacted to it.
I ate it up. Nom, nom, nom.
Ate it right up. And you know it's good. You know it was personal when Taz drops his mic and he's talking to him without a mic and you kind of hear what he's saying. That was all done so perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that
and I got to see a Taz mission. Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Like 20 years. Got to see a Taz mission. You got to see Hook, Taz's son, when they walked out.
Also showed up and was there. And it looks like we'll be joining Team Taz. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And we got a name change. He's not Will Hobbs anymore. He's Powerhouse Hobbs. I love that name. I like it, actually.
I'm not crazy about it, but I do like Hobbs. I think he's a great character.
And he's wearing orange, so he's officially Team Taz. He's
officially, branding, man. It's important. So
orange, and the whole thing just felt real, and it was really cool to see.
Almost like he's passing the torch down to him, almost.
Kind of.
Like you're kind of the new Taz.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And they tie in his name into the finisher that he has, call it the Powerhouse Bomb or something like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. You can tell Will Hobbs, I think, is going to just mow through that mid card.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Maybe have him against Lance Archer at some point, because Archer and Taz, I think, had a thing at one point.
I'm all for it.
We'll see.
If I get to see promos between Jake the Snake and Taz, I'm okay with it.
Speaking of promos, by the way, how good is Ricky Starks on the mic?
He's surprisingly good. I didn't know that was in him, and that was really good. It felt like he didn't need Taz.
Yeah. Yeah, and because of his look and everything, he drew a lot of comparisons this week to The Rock, like early Rock when he first turned heel and went away from Nation of Domination.
I can see that. I can see that little vibe.
Yeah, so something to watch for there. I was intrigued. Hangman possibly joining Dark Order. Don't know how I feel about this. What do you think about that?
I like it.
Because Dark Order desperately needs something.
Because they need something. He needs Brody Lee needs something to get excited about, potentially, and have some sort of dissension within them, and it leads. This is long-term storytelling, and have some sort of match between Brody Lee and Hangman. I think that would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
So I'm all for it. And that line that it was Evil Uno that was talking to him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Evil Uno.
That line when he was like that the Elite wouldn't let him go, and he was like, and if that's not a cult, I don't know what is. I was like, that well played. That was really good.
Very good. Very good. So let's see. What else from Dynamite? Oh, of course. Contract signing part 2.
Yeah, take 2.
Let's try this again. Kenny Omega gets attacked from behind where you see the silhouette behind the thing. That was awesome. And I'm just in general looking forward to this match because these are 2 of my favorite wrestlers going right now.
Yeah, he just gets mauled by Jon Moxley. Mm-hmm. There was one bit earlier in the show that Moxley just walked up to Eddie Kingston, and Eddie Kingston immediately knew. He was like, yo, it wasn't me. I didn't attack you. And then Moxley didn't say anything. He was just like, okay. And just walked away.
He just gave him a nod and walked away.
I was like, all right, cool. They're on that level that they don't have to further interrogate. I guess we're going to find out who attacked him next week.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's a third man. I think Kenny had help.
Oh, I absolutely think it's a third man.
I don't think it's going to be Hangman anymore, unfortunately, because he's busy with the Dark Order now. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we'll see who it is. Maybe it's Michael Nakazawa. Maybe it's somebody maybe it's a new person they signed from New Japan from his past. We'll see.
Maybe. Could be anything. The only thing that was a dud on this show was that whole Miro segment. Oh, they were gonna air that new video game segment, and it just got ruined by the Best Friends and Orange. I actually don't like any of that. As much as I love the Best Friends, I didn't like any of that.
I kind of like Orange Cassidy just coming in and turning it off and walking out. That was kind of funny.
And that's where it should have ended, because that was as much fun as I had, and then the rest of it was, I didn't like any of it.
Yeah, I can see that. But Dynamite
from each other, but overall show, great show. Although I would say I think NXT had the better show this time. I think they won this round of the Wednesday Night War. That's just my opinion. I think NXT had the better match of the night and potentially the match of the week. Mm-hmm. But AEW had the better show.
Okay, fair enough. So one last show, SmackDown. Week was going great until this dud of a show happened. Did not like SmackDown at all. It's the
roller coaster of a show.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was, I mean, they're continuing the whole head of the table thing, and which I think is a great storyline and is a big reason why SmackDown ratings are up to 2.2 million a show, which is great. But yeah, I just think he's getting to that point where he's saying head of the table every 5 minutes, and it's really getting annoying. And
well, I did like that. Then this was at the end of the show, mm-hmm. But they clear off the entire announce table, and Kevin Owens just pulls up a chair to the head of the table. He's like, "This is mine."
That was great. No, KO's.
That's great.
KO basically inserting himself into a rivalry now with Roman. That was the redeeming quality of it. I cannot wait to see that match.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with you. The rest of the show was not that great. You know, Street Profits are apparently going to fight Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode again. I don't care. I don't care about. I would care about Bobby Roode by himself, and please go back to being called Bobby Roode and not Robert Roode. I think that's silly.
Or just no, it's probably just going to be Roode.
Fine, I'm okay with that too.
You're more okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I want his music back. I don't care for Ziggler at all. Just make me miss him.
Yeah.
The Street Profits just ran him down, which that part was funny. They were like, how is that not HBK? They're like, no, he's just a really big fan of HBK. So making fun of him was great.
Yeah.
It does nothing for Dolph Ziggler, but it made the Street Profits look that much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did. But just overall, not a good show. I do want to address the seeing the Mysterio family for the 197th time and kind of turning them heel. The third of our 3 character turns this week. I prefer them heels because, you know, I just am getting so sick of them.
Yeah, and being a heel suits Murphy more.
Absolutely. I would say being a heel suits Aaliyah more, and she's very new.
Yeah, potentially. And it just seemed like the Mysterios were just being the Mysterios, but they had some heelish tactics.
Right. Very heelish tactics. Yeah.
Like at one point, Baron Corbin had his leg on the rope when he was being pinned, and Dominic just shoved it off the rope, and that led to King Corbin's loss. Or I'm just going to call him Corbin because I refuse to call him King, because that shtick has run its course.
Yeah, we should mention that,
and it maybe makes Baron Corbin a good guy? Question mark.
Possible double turn. And you know what? I would love that because he needs something. He needs some kind of a character change, repackaging, turn him face, and get rid of the stupid crown. It makes him look like he's not well up here. Like someone handed him a Burger King crown a couple of years ago, and he just never took it off. It should be mentioned that he won the King of the Ring tournament. What was it? September 2019.
September 2019. It's felt like he's had it for about 3 years. Yeah. It's done. It's time for a repackaging. Call him Corbin. Do the lone wolf thing again. Do something. Make him a badass. Let him have a little bit of personality, just like what they've done with McIntyre, what they've done with KO. They give him a little bit to, showcase a little bit of his personality, and usually that's all it takes to connect with the audience.
Agreed. And I would love to see him. I don't know why. I got nothing against Dominic, but also I would love to see him just squash Dominic. I think that would be fun to watch.
He did it was a heelish promo that he cut on them backstage.
Yeah.
But it was kind of true. He was like to Dominic, he was like, "What did you do to be here? Like, just be born? Like, that's it?"
Yeah, that was great.
I was like, you know what? He's not wrong for once. For once, he's not wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So overall, not a great show, but there was a couple of good things in it. KO versus Roman, Corbin possibly turning face and realizing his potential.
Ooh, one little thing that I actually liked too.
Mm-hmm.
There was a promo backstage between Big E and Sami Zayn that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Big E is so good on the mic.
When they talked smack for a little bit, and then he was like, "You know what? I am going to congratulate you." And he shook his hand
and held it for 10 seconds.
Held it for 10 seconds and squeezed the life out of his hand. And then when he just turned around and said, "Sammy, I'm so proud of you," and just walked away, I lost it.
Mm-hmm. Dog.
Yeah. Close the door properly, apparently.
Yeah. So that was cool. I do want to see more of Biggie on the microphone in the ring. It seems like he's going to get a proper push. So
He can definitely, he could talk with the best of them, and he's so charismatic and just entertaining in general.
agreed. So
And
yeah,
if they put the IC championship on him, great. If it leads to him at some point taking out Roman Reigns and potentially is the only guy that could take it off of him, that'd be awesome.
would love to see that.
Because he's like the stark opposite of Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah, if KO's not the guy that eventually takes it off him, yeah, I would love to see Biggie.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I love some of the other members on the roster, it's not going to be Otis, who, like, they took the Money in the Bank contract off of him for a reason.
He really never should have had it, honestly, but
he shouldn't have. I don't agree with The Miz having it, but, you know, it is what it is. I guess The Miz can cash it in and lose.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, man, because The Miz, I think, has more than over the years has proven to be a main event guy, and
he absolutely has.
Deserves, if not a title run, at least like a WrestleMania main event run, a proper one. Because I know he had one in 2011, but then The Rock is the special guest referee, and all of a sudden he's the third most important guy in that match. So it wasn't a true, like, it needs to be a proper one-on-one classic WrestleMania build. Maybe he loses at the end, fine, but he deserves at least that spotlight.
He deserves a spot one more time.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was the week, man. Overall, pretty good. I'll give it
solid week in the world of wrestling.
Solid shows for the most part. I liked it. Anything you want to add? Anything you want to see other than what we've mentioned so far? Anything you want to see moving forward in particular?
No, I hope I'm right that we get that tables match between. I'm actually hoping that Lana gets a tables match win over Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
And at the beginning of Nia and Shayna turning on each other, possibly.
Yeah, hell, maybe Shayna puts her through the table. I don't care.
Turns on Nia and helps Lana. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm just excited to see where everything goes. I'm really excited. Probably the thing that I'm excited about the most for next week is who the heck is the third man in that Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley thing. That's probably the thing that I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I think so too. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Apart from that actual match, I think that whoever it was is running in that match somewhere.
And we'll see. And we'll see what NXT does, airing opposite of that, because that's like a pay-per-view quality night that AEW is gonna have. So we'll see what NXT answers with.
I mean, if we're only gonna get a reveal as to who that second Ghostface is, that's not much. That's not promising.
Yeah, we'll see.
And Balor can't fight. He needs to stop referring to himself as a cat. I really don't like it.
I don't like it.
He's talking about kitty litter and stuff, and it's.
Did Vince make his way into the writing room? He doesn't work Wednesdays. What is he doing?
That hurt. It hurt my brain when he said that. And we didn't talk about this, but AEW did have. They are confusing the heck out of me with the Kingston Pack, Butcher and the Blade, Pentagon Jr. and Ray Phoenix. I don't know what's going on. I think maybe they should all just kiss and make up, and they should have like a 8-person stable. I don't know.
I think it's kind of a good
thing. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to count.
I think it's a good thing because they can go in so many different directions with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's just me.
We didn't touch on it. Eddie Kingston, great. Pretty sure he's actually butthurt about Pentagon being like, see ya. And he was like, oh yeah, well I have the Butcher and the Blade.
Which I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they brought the Lucha Bros back together. There's still a lot of run left in them as a tag team. There's still a lot you can do with them, and they're just too good as a tag team. It's too early to break them up.
And in terms of things that I want to see, just because I got my wish that I got Abaddon, I'm going to push my luck again. Can I get more dinosaurs on my AEW? Can I get a Lucha? I mean, a Jurassic Express?
Yeah, I'm missing Jurassic Express a lot. It's
I
been a while.
I need my weekly dose of dinosaurs
Yeah, they were so over. I don't know what happened.
because there's no crowd. They don't know. It's hard to gauge it, but you can do it.
They can do it. There's a crowd.
Damn it! Vicky just walked by and she was like, "They've been on Dark."
Yep, we're the worst.
We're the worst AEW fans apparently.
Yeah, but they shouldn't be on Dark. They should be on the main show. But that's just me.
Yeah, agreed. Plus, come on, Marco Stunt's hilarious.
He is. Yeah. But anyway, running short on time. That's this week in wrestling.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next week. It'll be after that December 2nd card, Omega versus Moxley. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
We will probably maybe even do a reaction show the day after that. We'll see. But
Maybe it's pay-per-view quality.
yes. So next time, see you guys.